Elizabeth Saido's love of books is quite apparent. She works at the Woods Hole Library and is also an author. Her recent book, To the Top of the World, is a unique collaboration that exposes elementary-age children to scientific ocean exploration.
So the book is about an expedition to the North Pole that took place in 2015, and the cruise began in August. It left from Dutch Harbor, Alaska, up to the North Pole. The cruise is a particular kind of cruise. It's called a geotraces cruise, and that's an international effort to map the chemistry of the world's oceans, geotraces, which has never been done before. So I liked that part because it was sort of like science and discovery, and not everything is known yet, and people really are going out into the world and learning new things. I think that's exciting for children to see. So the ship left in August and came back in October. So it's a very long cruise.
Elizabeth's goal was to have an interesting balance of the science and life aboard the ship.
You know, we can produce a graphic to illustrate the scientific concept and spend some time in the book talking about it, but then, you know, the next page I want it to be right back to ice rescue drills, or, you know, to keep the reader engaged, because it is not interesting to just write. Maybe someone could do it, but to just write a book about biogeochemistry for young readers without having any kind of story and excitement along the way is just not gonna, I couldn't do it.
Elizabeth was not on the vessel, but the book was created from experiences of those on board and photographs from the Coast Guard.
Yeah, I have a couple favorite photographs from the book. One of them is definitely the photograph of that enormous, meaty polar bear sort of lethally jumping from one ice floe to another. Another polar bear, they saw many, sort of taking a little rest on a mound of snow. It just looks very sweet, like he's a toddler sort of having a nap on his carpet square. I love the image of the Coast Guard officer who's involved in the ice rescue drills, where he has to actually jump into the Arctic Ocean in his dry suit, and he sort of looks like he's floating in an enormous, glass with the crushed ice, like he's floating in ice cubes, and he's just got this huge grin on his face.
And when asked what her hopes for the book are, she has this to say.
This book is narrated by a female scientist, so one of my main hopes is that, children of boys and girls will read this and think science is really exciting, and women rock at it, that it's for men and women.
Proceeds from the sale of the book will go to nonprofits, one being a local organization, the Falmouth STEM Boosters, for their Student Science Project Fund, where students can apply for small grants for their science project supplies.